Well, hello.
Merry Christmas.
Hey.
Hi, Mike Jameson.
Hey, I am
Happy
not Mike
holidays.
Jameson, and I'm thankful for that. But I am your host today, Noah Carbone. We have a little bit of different edition of PBKC Picks. We're a couple days early with Christmas on the horizon. I know you guys wanted to be here on Christmas, but we're not going to be. So we're going to do the show live today, and it'll be re-aired all week, so you'll be able to catch that. But I am joined by, everybody knows Earnest from the Earnestly Speaking podcast, and then our special guest, this guy. I've been waiting to get him on this side of the camera for some time. Big Jake. Our producer, who gives he's really the nuts and bolts, carries all the material and puts all this stuff together. So, Jake,
man.
Ernest, how you guys doing?
We're doing well. Hi, Jake, how you doing?
Great to see you
It's
guys.
good to see you guys.
It's an
I'm
honor
excited,
and a
for
privilege.
this, to see this.
Yeah,
I'm excited
this
for
is
today.
cool.
Yeah,
This
you
is
look
cool.
a lot bigger. You look like Coach, kind of like on camera. You look big on camera. Jake's really, I mean, he's
Hulkamania
muscular,
here.
but he's
Puts on-
not big.
It does put on 10
It
pounds
does. It
there.
does.
All right.
So we're gonna do a little bit different format, but we're gonna try to stay with the same structure. I'm a new guy at this. Like I'm better in this seat as a color commentator. So you guys are gonna carry me along here.
We got
and we're
you.
gonna get through this thing.
We
For
got you.
Ernest, so your Monday edition of your takeaways from this week. What are we looking at?
I think what we're seeing, though, is that even though, and you've spoken on this for weeks upon weeks, that we see a lot of good football on certain teams and bad football on certain teams, this is still a week-to-week league. Every given Sunday, something can happen. Eagles flying high, this and that. And granted, Eagles, you lose Jalen Hurts was the second quarter of that game.
First,
First quarter, sorry. I was like in and out of the game, so honestly, this weekend.
second.
Concussion out for the game,
Mhm.
and you lose the game there. You got a couple teams that, how about Buffalo? They won, yes, but New England is in that game all the way through. So, like, you're still seeing that even though we're late in the year and bad teams are trying to figure out position for draft picks, all that, this is still week-to-week league, and any given Sunday, someone can surprise you. So, I think there's still compelling football ahead to look at, in these last 2 weeks before we get to the playoffs. So, something to keep an eye on going forward. I think this was a nice little preview of things to come we could see in the next 2 weeks.
Injuries. Injuries could be the mother of all and totally end your season in a blink of an eye.
Yes.
Don't
Like
I
you
know
said,
it.
any given Sunday,
Correct.
it's pretty wild out there in the NFL. I know that all three of us had a rough Sunday.
No, what you talking about? I'm happy we lost.
Oh, yeah, you
I'm
did.
taking
the
You
shit
guys
over
are
it.
getting
Buddy,
the first pick.
Buddy,
You
I
guys-
was cheering on Michael Penix yesterday.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is true. This is
I,
true.
it sounds sacrilegious to say that, but hey, listen. The bigger picture is the bigger picture.
I can't defend the Browns, even though our defense played halfway decent and the refs definitely didn't help us. What happened to the Eagles?
Uh-oh.
It was hard getting out of bed this morning. You know when you wake up in the morning and you
I'm
have
right there with
something
you.
that happened the day before, and there's a lot of really bad things that can happen in your life, and you wake up in the morning and the first thing you remember is what happened the prior day, and it just takes the next day and flushes it down the toilet. That's me today. That early injury to Hurts, and then Washington celebrating like they won the whole the Super Bowl and all these things, and then everybody's eating it up, and Philadelphia lost and might have fallen, blah 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 blah. But injuries, Keon injuries, like Jake said, and he stole my thunder a little bit with that. I was going to get into that because I actually had a horrific day, horrific day with him having the injury, Jalen Hurts having that concussion. But spoilers, that's what Ernest kind of touched on that. Spoiler alert is what we're talking about. Teams right now. And I know everybody talks about playoff seeding or whatever, but look at the Raiders and some other teams that just won a game that they weren't supposed to win.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: Dallas beats, and I'm there for every second of it. Dallas ends up beating Baker Mayfield, and I was here for it, and I upset him. So there's trolls in the chat. I had it with today.
It
like
applies.
I'm going
Thanks,
like
Yvette.
yeah. So. Yeah, upset alerts. This is where teams come in and upset. I'm happy that the Earnest and the Giants are looking to secure that the first pick in the draft because we do play them. The Eagles need to win one more to lock up the number 2 seed, and then Washington won themselves a trip to Philadelphia in the first round of the playoffs. So congratulations on that.
And they'll get destroyed. And they'll get destroyed. For the record.
Who?
Washington.
Oh, okay, just
No
clarify
question.
that.
Look, come on now. But by the way, I knew you were in a mood today because I got a
You
text.
knew that? You had
That's
it?
how I knew that before you stepped foot in the studio.
Okay.
I get a text from Louie, one of our best employees ever here,
Yeah.
saying that by the way, Noah's on a rampage. He's pretty upset about the loss. So yeah, I was in bed literally when you texted
It was
me
tough.
that.
It was literally like one of the worst football days of my life, and I've had some bad ones, but I lost to my biggest nemesis in life The biggest troll I've ever met in my whole entire life. You know who you are out there.
Oh,
And
yeah. Right.
So I lost.
That's right.
I lose my fantasy
Wow.
to him. The Eagles lose like
Shots
that. I'm
fired.
just an
Shots
absolute
are
disaster. I get smoked on the Hard Rock PBKC. Like everything, it just went bad. So let's just get on with this.
And it's a big loss real quick because of the fact that Minnesota wins this week. Detroit did their job this week, so now the number 1 seed now becomes a lot more tougher to leapfrog the Eagles.
So there's a benefit. The number 2 seed actually, if we secure it quick enough, it could almost act as a bye. We have to play one more game, but we could actually rest everybody in week 18. So we'll see what happens in here. But what we'll do is
playing us.
Yeah,
you're good.
We'll rip through these picks and we'll see how it pans out. But we'll touch more on that later.
Yeah.
So right into it. Is this what we do?
Well, you know what the problem was is that I don't think you watch the games at the paddock. I think that if you
is it good luck at the paddock? You're going to put that on me.
If you watch the games at the paddock,
and I'm like that,
you got that buffet, you got that belly nice and full.
Okay.
Okay. That no matter what happened, you would have been a happy camper.
He's not wrong.
And if it's not, I'm in there. All that good food. I'm in the paddock bathroom. I'm just.
He's not wrong though, buddy. I have to co-sign that one too.
Does everybody know?
There
Football Sundays here at the Paddock Restaurant. If you didn't know, we are a marketing partner with Hard Rock Bet. Come in for Football Sundays in the Paddock. The buffet is free with $25 or more.
That's the best.
With the bet placed the day of at PBKC with the Hard Rock Bet app. Watch, wager, and win here at PBKC. Bet Sports Now, powered by Hard Rock Bet. Go to pbkennelclub.com/Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-800-ADMIT-IT. So,
can we go through these comments before we get started here?
No.
These comments are hysterical.
No, they're just don't feed the trolls.
Why?
Don't feed the trolls. Don't feed
All right,
the trolls.
let's just get into game. Let's get into the first game of the week. So we have games on Christmas Day.
Merry
Make sure you
Christmas.
schedule your ham or your prime rib or whatever around this because the first game's at 1:00. Kansas City at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh coming off that loss to Baltimore. What say you, Ernest?
So KC wins here. They win the number 1 seed officially.
Wow, just
now,
come right out.
Well, look, they're going to lose the game. That's a joke of the show, right?
Okay.
How is this team, was it 13-1 now? Or 14-1?
14-1.
It is insane with
left,
all the issues we've diagnosed this team. We figure, well, I don't know, but they're still in driver's seat like this. It's crazy. But I think Pittsburgh has had a couple bad weeks. I don't know the injury report. And again, guys, we're recording this on Monday, so the injury report is going to change probably in the next 48 hours. So, but right now, if I'm looking at this game 2 days out, I feel like KC is due a letdown here before the playoffs.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh needs this win. Right now, they're in a grind for the race to the AFC North, rather, with Baltimore, and they're now even right now. Although I think Steelers have the tiebreaker right now by virtue of, I think, the schedule or something like that. That said, I think Pickens is back this week for the Steelers. George Pickens, rather. I like the Steelers here on this game. I just do. I just think the spot here. I know you can hate hearing this. Oh, desperation. Is that a thing? In my world, it is a thing.
Okay.
It is a thing.
You are desperate by nature, Ernest.
I like my world. So give me the Steelers here to win this game outright against the Chiefs.
I'm going to agree. It really does sadden me that I am picking Pittsburgh here, but I do think that they're coming into this game full strength, especially if Pickens is in there. Really to show and prove. Kansas City is a great team, and I think Pittsburgh comes in to show them that they're a better team, and especially at home on Christmas. It's going to be snowing. It's going to be glorious. The jingle bells are going to be.
I think the home crowd's going to be massive.
I literally got chills because I was thinking about that too. So you have Pittsburgh, and they're a proud city. I mean, or town, whatever you want to call them, but they're proud, and you have a team coming in, arguably the best team in the league for the past 3 years, 4 years, coming in there, and Pittsburgh's. Like you use words like gritty and tough and scrappy and all those words and Kansas City's coming in there. It's a big ask for Kansas City to come into Pittsburgh and win on Christmas Day. There's very few things that Pittsburgh holds on to. The Pirates stink and some else, but Pittsburgh football on Christmas Day. This is the gift that the Steelers give to the city of Pittsburgh. And, from what I understand, it affects the economy like the next week, depending on how they do and all these things.
Does.
So I have Kansas City going in there and losing to Pittsburgh, not only by the points but outright. I think Pittsburgh is just going to light them up, especially after a letdown in Baltimore.
Does desperation factor in your pick at all?
No, pride. I put it pride. Maybe I spin it different. There's a pride. You don't want to be desperate. Like, you don't want to be. You don't want to act desperate. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes. Oh, look at that guy. He's so attractive. He's so desperate. It's like no, but a guy who's back's against the wall and he's ready to go and aggressive and yeah.
I was thinking that stinker they played against Baltimore on Saturday. I think they want to get it on the field right away and clear that off immediately. And I think KC is going to be this wrong spot, wrong time.
All right, let's talk. Speaking of Baltimore at Houston for the second of this slate at 4:30 p.m. Baltimore is -4 at Houston. What do you think?
All right, so Baltimore, big win. They've looked sharp since coming out of that bye week. And this is my Super Bowl pick first off, and I said that this team will get hot late in the year, and they'll continue. Yes, still, yeah.
Still.
Derrick Henry got unlocked again this past week against a tough Steelers defense. Again, I don't trust Houston. Granted, Houston they looked okay against KC on Saturday, but ultimately Houston are look, they're a good team. They're not a great team. You were right about this from the word go about C.J. Stroud.
I was
sophomore slump the whole nine. That
say it again.
Here.
Speak it, Earnest.
Absolutely.
Speak the truth.
But Baltimore, this is their time now. Where they're going to rise up now. This is their time, and I think the Ravens win this game and win this game convincingly.
You can't use rise up. Isn't that somebody else's thing? Don't they have that?
Is that the Falcons?
Yeah.
Who cares?
You can't use that.
They suck anyway. Who cares?
These are words. You can't own words.
Give me
you
Ravens.
can actually own words. You can.
I know.
Are we bringing new words to the show today? Riz, new cool words?
Nothing yet, no, but we'll get it.
Definitely not coming from me, dude. I'm as hip as.
Yeah, Jake's only words that he gets from his kids is "dada."
For now, you'll get more very soon when they go to school. Trust me on that.
Right.
Give me the Ravens win this game convincingly. Actually, be honest, on the road.
And I'm going to agree with you on this one. I think Baltimore comes in there, manhandles Houston, really shows them who's boss. Baltimore's turning it up, getting ready for the playoff run. This is no contest in my eyes.
Yeah, and Baltimore, they're playing better. They're talking about Lamar for MVP again.
Okay, so real quick. Can we talk about this real quick?
Okay.
So you've been someone in the last couple of years has been like, Lamar, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Look at those numbers now.
No, I get the numbers.
No, I'm not talking about like overall.
Okay.
Leading in passing.
Okay, I get it.
Touchdown interception ratio.
Yeah.
Are you convinced now?
No.
You're going to apologize?
Big game winning is I define my quarterbacks on whether they can win big games when they're facing adversity, when they have to drive the ball down the field. Tom Brady made a living off of it in the last 2 minutes.
I agree.
Patty Mahomes does it now. Winners win, losers lose. You have to show me something in the playoffs.
You're not wrong.
You need to copyright that.
I'm going to time travel something for you real quick, Noah. Do you know where we are right now? We're in
West Palm.
Well, that too.
Okay.
We are now in 2004 Peyton Manning right now. No rings, probably best quarterback in the league, probably, and yet can't win the big one. So it's the same narrative with Lamar Jackson. So that's thing you know for historical stake.
You think he doesn't know that?
I don't know.
All right, let me make my pick now that you went on your tirade. So Baltimore goes in to Houston. Tank Dell's leg looks like a pretzel. After that was
he's out of the hospital,
brutal.
thank God. But
yeah, did his leg come out of the hospital too, or did they leave that behind? Because that thing was like that was god awful. And I know my wife actually at home, when those things replays come on screen, it is like a full on no. Do not show that again. Like it's like turn it like it's a problem. And that one,
been bad.
Bro. Yeah, that one. I hate to describe it anymore, but I got Baltimore going in there. Stroud is in a flux year. I wasn't sold on him in the beginning, so we're starting to see what it is. But I'm going with Baltimore at Houston on this one. So then we have Thursday, December 26th, the day after Christmas.
Boxing Day. Allegedly.
Seattle at Chicago.
Right. Yeah, he's throwing me
Thursday,
off. Like I'm trying to.
8:50.
Okay, Seattle,
Sorry,
Chicago.
buddy.
Focus.
What do you think, Earnest?
Seattle's weird. It's so weird. Look, I'm glad. Look, them losing to Minnesota, not surprised. We'll get to Minnesota later on because they've been really impressive. I think Chicago's packed it in. They're done. They're done for the year. Detroit came in there banged up, mass unit, and they still smashed the Bears on the road. I mean, it's crazy. See, again, I don't want to use the same desperation thing, but Seattle now is behind the Rams in the division.
No, just rinse and repeat until
Rinse
it's
repeat.
dead.
No,
Yeah, go ahead.
Seattle's a better team here. I think Seattle should win this game. Chicago's done. For every bad Seattle loss, you get a good win. You'll get a good win this week for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So to keep the hopes alive, give me the Seahawks.
I'm going to take Seattle too, but I do think Chicago puts up a hell of a fight. I truly do. I don't think they're completely done. I think they still have something to prove with the coaching issues, with the quarterback issues. They've got a good squad. Do I think that they're going to pull this off? No, but I may take them on the points just for the fact that, in my eyes, Chicago still has something to prove this season.
Yeah. I mean, they already proved what they need to prove, or what I thought they would prove, is that they're not very good at football or managing football or hiring coaches
so mean.
or drafting personnel. So they're not good at any of those things.
Ouch.
Seattle's not good at being consistent. And
right.
we touched on this way back. They're like, they're good, they're bad. They're good, they're bad.
They
They're
were
good.
3-0, and I said they were frauds. Remember I said this on the show. They're 3-0, and I said they were frauds.
Right. So you win one, you lose one, you win one, you lose one. I don't know if that falls fully in the fraudulent category because they have the ability to win. They're just not staying consistent. So can you be a fraud by by having the ability to win and losing? I think you're a fraud if you have the ability, or if you're not very good and you're winning games like we see some of these teams do, winning more than they should. So with that being said, I'm going to take Seattle. This is on Thursday.
Correct.
Thursday.
Night.
Oh, can I throw in a promo here real quick for the card room?
Go ahead.
So we got a 10K drawing on Thursday for $10,000 cash in the card room. The 1st to the 25th, you enter by playing. You get a high hand, you get a ticket, you get a drawing. And then on the 26th, this place is going to be absolutely jam-packed. Earnest, don't be calling out because you had too much ham or whatever, or you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas. You have to be here for this because we're going to be jammed. We're going to need all hands on deck. This is going to be a madhouse. $10,000 in cash drawing. So all that money you spent on Christmas, come in on the 26th and get it back. Okay, I'm done. All right, so with that, I'm taking Seattle. So that's the end of that one.
Yeah,
so, all right.
You're right.
So, on this day, it's a great day. It's Saturday, December 28th, also known as
it's your birthday, isn't it?
my birthday.
Yeah. No way.
Way. What a great day.
Shout out to you and James
this
Thompson
is it.
also.
Shout out to myself.
60.
And
60.
and
Wow,
my
you look
parents.
good for
Shout out to
60.
my parents. So,
What about God?
what about it? All right. So, we have the L.A. Chargers at the New England Patriots. -5. LA -5.
Yeah, and look, they did what they needed to do. That win against Denver on Thursday night was huge. That pretty much, I mean, not officially, but pretty much 90% chance of getting to the playoffs now is right now there. And they go to New England. It's a Pats team that was tooth and nail with Buffalo yesterday. That was a weird game.
That was a weird
That
game.
was a weird game.
That was
man.
weird.
But Josh, you pulled it out, I guess. Look, Chargers better team here. You know what though? Again, bad teams now. They get a little scary late in the year because these guys are playing for jobs next year. So they don't play outside their own elements. So give me, you know what, the Chargers win this game, but I think the Pats on the points here, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers here. I think that Herbert definitely throws for 3 touchdowns. But I think that New England puts up a dogfight here. After watching them yesterday, basically manhandle Buffalo for two quarters. Josh Allen pulled it off at the end. I was a little nervous, but I do think that there's still some left in the tank for New England. So I'm going to take New England on the points, but Chargers win.
Yeah, I think this game could look a lot like the Bills game where you come out and you're fired up and you get ahead a couple of scores, but then eventually the gap in talent just starts to wear you down and you end up you losing the game. I think the same thing happens in New England here. I think the Chargers aren't the Bills, but their defense is also not the Bills. So New England's not going to score 2 quick touchdowns, I don't believe, like they did to Buffalo. I'm going to take Los Angeles. I'm going to give the points. I think Los Angeles is going to start to establish itself as somebody to be worried about in the AFC playoffs.
Do you think it's scary? You think a little scary for the teams on top?
What?
Do you think it's scary for the teams on top? If you're the Chiefs, if you're the Bills, do you think they can?
Yeah,
Walk in there and win the playoff game?
I do. If you have Justin Herbert as your quarterback, I believe you have a
Right.
chance at all time.
Mhm.
All right, so then we have Denver at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's looking for, believe it or not, they're still in the hunt
They are.
somehow. Denver +3 at Cincinnati. What do you think?
And this game will go a long way of that because Denver is the 7th seed in the AFC. So if somehow Cincinnati wins this game, now they're a game behind Denver going into Week 18, and that can obviously do a lot of things for both teams going forward. This is tough because again, Denver came out in the game against the Chargers, dominated the first half, and then all of a sudden they just stopped playing football. I guess the last 30 minutes. I don't know what happened in that game. This is actually probably my second game of the week here because, like I said, if the Bengals win this game, Broncos lose, then they're right now a game behind for the wild card. I don't know why I'm doing this because the Bengals were not impressive yesterday. They were not impressive against Cleveland at all, and that's a Browns team with their third string quarterback playing whatever his name is, Dorian something.
Thomas Robinson.
Yeah, whatever the
DTR.
five names he has. I'm gonna reluctantly take the Bengals, but honestly, if you're better, stay away from this game. Honestly.
I think Denver comes into Cincinnati and shows them who's boss. I really do think that Denver is on the verge of making the playoffs, and it's as simple as that.
Yeah,
I'm taking Denver.
I think Joe Burrow could actually light this thing up and get himself in some kind of crazy contention
That's
for
insane.
MVP. Like, you talk about a guy with stats. If you want to go just on stats, Ernest, and not whether you could win the big games, Joe Burrow's the guy then. So you're talking about Lamar being the MVP. Well, look at his stats. If we're only going to look at stats, it's the guy in Cincinnati. I mean, it
No, I
is.
agree. I
Okay.
disagree with that.
So that's why I look at, when I talk MVP, who is the most valuable guy when he's not on the field that gives you the best. If he's not there, you have the best chance of losing, and it's this guy in Philadelphia. But if you're not going to go him, Joe Burrow would be a guy.
No, I don't disagree with that. Like, you have your top 4 quarterbacks in the league, and it's a lock 4. It's Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar, and
Hurts.
Joshy. So Hurts he's a little more consistent. But I'm a Hurts guy. You know this.
Okay.
Right? But
All right,
I get it.
I have him lighting it up, and Denver's traveling across. Cincinnati, they're on a roll. They just are, and they score. I think they score at will. I think Denver's going to be knocked down a notch in this one. I'm going to take Cincinnati at home on my birthday. All right, so we have next one up is Arizona at the L.A. Rams. Arizona just recently eliminated from the playoffs because their quarterback stinks. Arizona plus 5.5 at the Rams.
Tiny Kyler.
Mhm.
No, the Rams. Look, you talk about in the AFC, the Chargers being the scary team in the AFC, the wild card like dark horse. This Rams team is the dark horse in the NFC for me, and I said this last year too, and it stands to be true. As long as these guys are healthy, as long as with Stafford, Kupp and Puka Nacua healthy, they're going to be a problem. They match well with Detroit. They can give the Eagles problems to match up. They can give problems with anyone in the NFC. They are getting hot now. They're right now leading the West. I don't see them letting up at this point. Give me the Rams win this game going away.
Same. Arizona is done.
Yeah.
Hanging it up to dry.
Like your commentary.
I love
So,
it. The best.
all right, so
the voice of Oz.
right. So Arizona can't find a way to win the games they need to win. How are they going to find a way to win a game that means nothing?
Right.
Right? They just they couldn't even get themselves to play up to their standards on games that were super important. And then I have this game, and they're like, well, it's already over now. And if they didn't care before, why are they going to care now? They're not the team who's looking to upset anybody or whatever. They're just going to go. They're going to show up. They're going to play a little football. They're going to collect their checks, and they're going to go home. That's what's going to happen in Arizona. They've been playing like that essentially all season long. I'm going to go. I'm not as sold. Ernest, it goes on a dissertation about how great the Rams are,
Dissertation,
and
I like that.
they could be,
Dissertation.
and they could be the upsetters, and then he mentions the whole Rams offense, but there's nobody on defense over there. They're not
okay
great.
defense.
They're not great on that side of the ball. So you talk about dark horses. I don't know if that's the one, but they have enough to win this one.
But what difference a month makes with the Cardinals, though? Remember you sat here a month ago? They were leading the West going to the bye week,
Yeah.
and we were saying, "Oh, this could be scary." And then all of a sudden they lost off 3 or 4, or 4 or 5, and
Winnings.
They just gave up.
Winnings.
it's like the NFL it's like week to week, man.
They
It's
do.
a weird league.
Winners win, losers lose.
That's right.
All right.
Love the cliches.
Now the rest of the slate. So it's a little funny to me this time of year where the Sunday gets watered down a little bit.
Oh
where-
God, why?
where-
What are we doing this for?
so Sunday gets watered down where
For the
there's less
kids.
games
This
on the
is for
slate.
the children.
But there are enough games on the
To give
slate
them
to
hopes
keep
for the
everybody.
pros.
entertained. So Indianapolis is -8 at the New York Giants. I mean, Giants lost by 100 this week. What do you think, Ernest?
What difference 2 years make? 2 years ago, exact spot, week 17 against the Colts at home. We actually won this game and clinched a playoff berth.
Oh, look at you.
Okay.
Right. And I was there for your first playoff game, just for record.
Shut your mouth.
Or your second one. Sorry, go ahead.
Shut
Yeah.
your mouth. You flew that game, didn't you? Yeah. No, it's actually the second game we won.
The second
we
game,
beat
yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah, then we
don't forget that. They
We
lost some
boat
playoff
raced you.
Correct.
All right.
But yeah. And now we go 2 years later. Now we have this crap here. Hide your wives, hide your kids. Who's quarterback this week for the Giants? I don't know. I don't care.
Right.
We are tanking for Shador and or Cam Ward, and we thank you Raiders. I think AP for getting that win for us. Now we're lockstep, not number one for the draft pick now. Colts come in here and beat us down as well. Give me Colts, win this and cover.
Yeah. Seeing how this mysterious Giants quarterback it appears to be
Faceless man.
colorblind because he's throwing the ball to the other team wide open.
Yes.
How many times? 2, 3 times?
I love it.
I lost count, Jake.
I knew I should have
lost
picked
count.
Atlanta defense yesterday. It was a bad move by me.
Yeah.
It was.
But Indy comes over.
I'm with you.
And I'm sorry.
Where's Indy in the hunt? Are they in the hunt?
They're right there with the Bengals and the Dolphins.
All
there.
right, so they're in there. Oh, so look at this guy. Look at you.
Could
So
they
you're
see-
not only
could they see
producing
that?
and you're spitting here on the mic, but okay, where are we at?
Up there.
Sorry,
Boom.
sorry,
On
right
bubble.
here.
On the
Hey,
bubble.
On the bubble. They
Oh,
got a
look at that.
15% chance.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying there's a chance.
So basically, my Bengals commentary I had earlier on the show applies also to the Colts here as well.
All right, so Indy isn't they're that middle of the line. They're not your best teams. They're not your worst.
No,
They're
there's a
right
word
in there. They're like the average team. They could win some. They could
There's
lose
a
some.
word for that. Come on, use it.
Average.
What have we been calling the Colts for so
Mediocre?
long? Frisky.
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 No, I don't think they're frisky. I think they're frisky's like there's other teams. They're not.
Not
I
a
don't
fan
put
of
them
that
in.
word, huh?
No, I think Cleveland's frisky, but not them. So anyway, Indy has enough. New York. So I'm hoping you're speaking the truth. Are they literally? Would you assume that they're literally trying to? Do they need to lose every game, or can they win one game and still
can
make
win one
it? Bring
game
up the
still.
playoffs.
So
No,
the order right now is
now.
as follows. They're right now number one clear right now.
Okay.
Okay.
By
that's
one
yesterday.
game?
By one game because the Raiders won yesterday.
Okay.
Number 2 is the Jaguars. The Jaguars don't need a quarterback though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Number 3 is Tennessee. No, Vegas. Sorry, Vegas. Number 3 for Tennessee. So right now the Giants. I don't think they could probably win one game. Nah. Because depends what the Raiders do. Also, the Raiders had the tiebreaker of the number 1 seed going the other way, of course.
Okay.
So they will probably continue losing just to.
I'm here for it because I need that in my life. But if they wanted to win, they couldn't. But since they're not trying to win, they really can't. So I'm gonna go.
I miss the days when you were.
I'm gonna
humbled.
take Indy and I'm gonna give away the 8 points.
I miss the days when 2007.
I got humbled a
when you
little
were humbled,
yesterday.
The Giants won the Super Bowls and you didn't see what they were.
All
doing.
right, on to the next slate. The underperforming, the always disappointing New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills.
So, yeah, I thought yesterday. I thought the last couple of weeks there was a good sign for the Jets that to turn things around. And I said also on the show last week that even though they're out of the playoff hunt, there's still value for them to play well moving forward because Aaron Rodgers, look, if he wants to play football moving forward, this is his only option. No one else is going to sign him next year. So there was still value in these last four games to end the year on a high note, go into camp, and figure out your situation there. By the way, are you following the stuff with Willie Johnson and all this? Apparently, like he talks crap about the team all the time, and they.
Oh, I did hear
his
that part.
Kid apparently,
Yeah.
Makes it. It's
Oh,
some
yeah, I
weird-
did hear
Yeah.
that.
That-
The teenagers are
and-
making decisions. Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
this is so Jets. This is
Yeah.
so Jets. But yeah, what a bad loss yesterday against the Rams at home. I know Rams are a better team, but it's still a bad loss at home. That said, I think now that the mask is off again, give me the Bills. Bills again. I think with the Steelers beating KC rather on Wednesday, I think Buffalo have a chance to steal that 1 seed, and I think the Bills will come here and after that close win against New England on Sunday, I think they'll step it up here and turn it on. Just give me the Bills to cover.
Yeah, 9.5 points. I definitely don't think the Jets have it in them. Buffalo's going to finish strong once again. He used that getting ready for the playoffs. Our handsome friend who let us down yesterday in fantasy football.
He did that too.
unfortunately.
Yeah, he did.
Was that
But
bad?
we still
Was
love
that
him.
bad yesterday?
Yeah. Oh, it's bad. Not. Yeah.
I mean,
not
50
enough.
Not
know,
typical.
we're used to 30,
50,
40
yeah.
So
points.
he has
22.
He has spoiled you guys. Cool.
Oh, way
Yeah.
spoiled.
We both need a hero tonight.
Yeah, I need 27 points for my kicker.
Not happening.
No, probably not, but it would be a story. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Who do you like?
Buffalo.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen's Josh Allen. I think the Jets are the Jets. And I think nobody on the Jets team is as attractive as Josh Allen, so I'm going Buffalo. So, all right. On to the next. Green Bay at Minnesota. Green Bay, this is a good one. 1.5 points.
No, it's a good one. It's a
Game of the week.
It's a game of the week.
Game of the week?
I'm sure we're all going to agree with that. I just want to look at the schedule. This is, for me, not just a divisional game. Obviously, Minnesota needs this game to stay in pace for the number 1 seed, but this is also a litmus test for both teams here. Like, these teams are both playoff teams.
Mm-hmm.
These teams are likely to meet in the playoffs. And, again, I brought this up last week on the podcast about, like, how, like, Minnesota, for example, like if I asked you last week, Vikings, Super Bowl contender or not, there was apprehension to say yes because we're still expecting them to the other shoe to drop. That, okay, yeah, they're good teams. It's a great story. Sam Darnold, MVP candidate probably. But are they on level with Philadelphia or KC? We still don't know. Yesterday's win against Seattle, I know Seattle's a good team. Is a weird team up and down. But that's a big win. That's a big win in that spot, honestly, because the team that really needed that win. And I'm slowly buying Minnesota to being a Super Bowl contender now because I'm seeing things now late in the year. They are not letting up. They are not letting up. Now, we're now week 17, and they're not letting up yet. I mean, again, go back to September. Would you have told me Sam Darnold, was it 13-2 right now? Vikings?
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here. And we're here. We're here. That said, and granted, remember, we're doing this podcast on a Monday where Green Bay's playing tonight, so we don't know what's going to happen. Injuries can happen. What should have, of course. But right now, just on a vibe.
Did that.
I did that. Yeah, no. Just on a vibe right now, on Monday before Christmas, I'm going to take the Vikings with this game.
I agree. They definitely need to be a respected team. You don't make it this far without being, crowned, a contender.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So I do think that Green Bay's defense is a bit better. I think they're going to be gritty and put up a fight. But at the end, I'm going with the home team, which is Minnesota.
Yeah, and it's they're going into they'll be doing that skull thing and all that. Like it's literally the worst.
Does that annoy you?
It's so terrible. Like
The Vikings. What do you expect?
I didn't know. Yeah.
Is this batch of stupid Eagles Fly Eagle Fat song?
Right?
No, it's
Like, come on, what are you doing here?
I'd
You
rather be a
doing that
Viking.
now?
I'd rather be a Viking all day.
than an Eagle.
Hell yeah, man. You guys
Anyway.
you guys throw batteries at people.
I think,
we're not the same.
using Earnest words, I think Minnesota's fraudulent enough that I want them to get the number 1 seed because I fully feel that whoever goes into that building in the first round will beat them. And I don't care who it is, whoever goes to Minnesota in the first round will beat them. So I'm hoping for Minnesota to get that bye because then the Eagles could actually get the championship game at home. Anyway, Green Bay, if Love could cut down on the turnovers, they can beat anybody. They're playing very good football. Their defense is tough. I mean, one of their losses was against Philly on a neutral field that was terrible, and it was a one score game. So they're tough. That division is just berserk on how good they are. They are tough. I think Green Bay has enough to go into Minnesota and pull this one off and secure their spot in the playoffs.
I will say this, though. After this week, I think Kevin O'Connell wrapped up Coach of the Year after this week.
Wrap it up?
He wrapped it up.
Lock it in?
It's over now. It's over now.
All right, next one on the slate. It's a snoozer. Las Vegas at New Orleans. Nap time. Go ahead, Ernest. +2.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Come on. What are we doing here? Let's go Vegas, win the game, but they're not going to win. Give me New Orleans. Who cares?
Same. There's nothing special to talk about this.
No,
Saints.
nothing at all. And I'll actually be out in that town on this day, but it's at New Orleans, and even if it wasn't and it was free, I still wouldn't go to watch Las Vegas play football. I would not go.
Blame you, buddy.
I mean their best player is a tight end. That's a tough road moving forward.
He is really good,
but still, what name a team that a tight end carried you to victory repeatedly? He can't.
Kansas City.
Doesn't Ritter?
No, Patty Mahomes.
Isn't
tight end's never the best player on any team.
No.
And if your tight end is the best player on your team, you have
All right, I
a
wouldn't
big
say
problems.
Carried, but he definitely helped.
He did. So at New Orleans, I'm going to go with New Orleans just because they're at home. This is one of those, it's not like an upset type thing. It's like who could get a win. And I want Las Vegas to lose another one and keep the heat on the Giants for that first number one pick.
We can't thrive, can we?
No, you can't. I want even when you're losing, I want you to lose.
Yeah. Even when you lose, you want us to still
Yeah,
fail.
I want you to be bad at losing now.
Yes.
Like you're so bad at winning. Now you're all the way on the other side of the spectrum. I want you to be bad at losing, where you're just not good enough loser enough to be the best loser. You guys can't even be the best at anything. Could you imagine that?
You know what?
Like even wrap your head around that. How can you not be the biggest loser?
I've known you 21 years. At least one thing, you're consistent. Yeah. You're consistent. You hate the Giants, and you hate the Giants.
Oh yeah, there's no love lost there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I'm going New Orleans.
Never change.
All right. Next up, Carolina. Is that line plus 8.5?
Yes, it is.
At Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I love to hear what you got to say about this.
Oh, well, so now I like Carolina points.
Yeah.
Start there. Let's go there.
Okay, start there.
And look, the line may change in the next couple of days. We'll see how things happen with injuries and stuff. Tampa, listen, they had a great chance. I mean, that was a bad loss last night against Dallas. Because now you look at the standings now. The playoffs start today. Falcons win the South. So now Tampa's on the back foot now. So they need to really win this game. And I think they will win the game. But Carolina, again, we learned this weekend too. It was week-to-week league and all that with the Pats and Bills game. Bills are 40-point favorites. Pats lost only 3. These divisional games are weird. Okay, so this is another clue here. 8.5 points, a lot of points. I like Tampa to win this game overall, but Panthers have been really frisky the last couple of weeks. Okay, give the Panthers the points here. Tampa wins.
But their friskiness fades away because I think Tampa and Baker come through big time.
Oh, God.
Okay? Yep.
You didn't cover the spread, too?
I think so.
Okay.
I absolutely do. I know you hate Baker, but I'm going to tell you that
I don't.
I know.
Yeah,
I was looking at him.
Oh, okay.
The bearded guy in the back there.
Mike Jameson Jr.
Yeah. So
fighting for a playoff spot. Baker still has more to prove. I think he's an incredible quarterback that the Browns should have never let go. So he's coming in on after Christmas, all new toys. After giving half of them away to be crowned a champion on Sunday.
Yeah.
We got to get one of those little, those little things. Can we do that for the show? The little
that?
beep, beep, where you beep it out, where you could real time save me from myself. Because I got words for Baker Mayfield. I have names to call that guy right now. We don't have that button, but we need to get one. That guy, Earnest, a couple weeks ago, you're like, oh, he's MVP. You even used the word.
I said it's a sneaky, weird.
Yeah. Okay. How do you feel about that now? That guy is who I said he is. He's a
beep.
He's a beep. Thank you. Okay. So, thank you.
I hope the Bucks go in the playoffs and beat you guys in the playoffs, dude. I'm gonna laugh.
Listen, Baker is he's a
get him a shirt.
He's in my opinion
Baker's boy.
Yes.
Baker's boy. There we go.
Baker Mayfield is a taller version of Kyler Murray in Arizona. He is.
That's hurtful.
Yeah, he can make some throws, but then he can't. Like, can he really follow through and can he win the games or whatever? He's more hype than anything. He's Jameis Winston Jr. Like he's all about the hype and excitement. But then he's out there, fumbling the game away and catching bad L's. Carolina gave the Eagles the business a few weeks ago, and I said, this team is a little bit scary. Like, there's something to be contended with. And since then, they've been staying with everybody. And to make this one 8.5 points, I don't know if they lost the game by double digits or more than one score in the past 5 weeks. So I hate Baker Mayfield. Write that down. But with that being said, thank you. With that being said, I still think Carolina has enough to go into Tampa and actually win this game. Like, win this game outright. And I think I'm rooting for the wheels to fall off in Tampa.
I don't disagree with you. No, I Carolina points for that reason. And Carolina has been in games. I think, I'll say it again, Bryce Young getting benched early in the year has done wonders. He's looked like a capable quarterback ever since coming back in the lineup.
Right. They're a team headed in the right direction.
I actually agree with that.
All right. Speaking of which, this is Tennessee at Jacksonville. Two teams not headed in the right direction. Yeah. Earnest.
So can we just move on to this game?
Yeah, this is a super sleeper.
I'll take the Jaguars just because it's whatever. But there's no analysis for this game. These teams are battling for position for top 3-2 spot in the draft. So Jaguars next.
This is like a 9-6 game.
You know,
brutal.
They played 2 weeks ago, and it was literally, I think it was 10 to something, or 10 to 3, I think it was. So, yeah, you're not wrong.
Brutal.
They literally played 2 weeks ago, and that was the final score in that game.
I mean, did anybody have dice that only has 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Tennessee.
Yeah. So don't. Speaking of only field goals, like don't put on your Hard Rock bet partner at PBKC app parlay. Do not put touchdowns from anybody on either of these squads. Just skip that part. And maybe skip it altogether because this one, you don't even know what you're going to get from either team. No team has a focus or definition or a path that they're headed down. Jacksonville's at home. I think they have enough to win this game. I'm going to go with Jacksonville for this one.
So, yeah, they played 3 weeks ago in Tennessee, and Jacksonville won 10-6.
Right.
Just for the record.
Yeah, save your TD parlay or first touchdown. It's not in Jacksonville.
Bet the under!
For this weekend. All right. Next up, Miami at Cleveland. We got beef. What do you think, Ernest?
So Dolphins still have faint hopes, like the Colts you mentioned earlier, and the the Bengals rather.
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins are still in the mix for a playoff spot. They need a lot of help, obviously. But I like the Browns on the points here. I don't know if they'll win the game outright, but this is going to be a bad spot. I imagine it'll be very cold in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be conditions? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You need to tell me that,
More
Jake.
likely,
That's your
weather guy?
Absolutely.
So that's on. And we know the history of the Dolphins. They don't do well in cold weather spots anyway. So that makes the game interesting. I tell you what now. I'm surprised this spread is as high as it is, honestly, because of those conditions alone. I'll take the Browns on the points here. Dolphins might win this game, but Browns on the points definitely.
So over the past, 10 years, I've gone to the Miami-Cleveland game, and it's been depressed down in Miami, obviously, and it's been depressing every time. You go in there ready to support my team, come out victorious, and Miami pulls it off.
You're a trooper.
Mm-hmm. You're a real warrior. Both of you guys are real.
But
to really stick with your team, as bad as they both stink, they're really horrendous.
Right, but
you guys stand by their side. You're
but
like,
Noah, it's recency though for me. I've won Super Bowls.
I really
before.
think Philly's just gonna fall apart now.
don't drag me into
I'm
your
sorry.
misery. Don't
You're
drag
the one
me.
who started the misery. Okay, you did. I was going down a nice path, and I totally threw me off.
Who do you like?
Okay, I do think Miami has a tough time in cold weather.
Uh-huh.
I think the Browns are all jacked up from that Christmas week. Okay, Christmas ale up in Cleveland's one of the best beers ever made.
Is it really?
Yes, it seriously is.
I believe
Okay, so I do think that Cleveland wins by 10 points.
You want
Go Browns.
You want to humble him?
All right.
2 words. Rich Kotite. Let's go.
So, Miami at Cleveland. So, I'm not allowed to pick Miami. And it seems to be doing well. The less I pick Miami, the more they win. However, they've been playing losing teams. Cleveland is one of those losing teams. They don't play good football. However, then you got to throw in the factor of the weather. So, you have Tua not being able to beat a winning team. Then you have Tua not being able to win in weather. So, if you have either – so, it's like a flow chart, right? Nice weather. And then you advance the flow chart. Yes, you could still win. Winning team, and then you go the other way. No, you can't win. So this one checks the first box is losing team. Yes, you can win. Second criteria is nice weather. Nope, not here. Miami loses, and I do think that this is one of the games where the pressure starts to build for Tua, where, okay, now we're, if you want to call it in contention or trying to make a run at it. This is a tough one for them at Cleveland, and I think Cleveland has a pretty good defense. I'm going with Cleveland.
You also said earlier on the podcast that Cleveland is the team that I thought they weren't. You said they're what? They're frisky.
Frisky.
Browns are frisky.
No,
you said it.
I like for them. Cleveland's like
he doesn't know
Frisky's
what he
not.
believes
Frisky's
in
like a soft word. Frisky's like Miami. If Miami was bad, which they kind of are, you could call them like frisky, like sunshine and all that stuff. You're frisky. Yeah. Up in Cleveland, you're gritty, right?
Yeah.
You're not frisky. There's nobody who lives in Cleveland. You can't even live in that city if you're frisky. You got to be soft. You got to be gritty, and you got to be tough.
You're not wrong. But I'm just using your words.
There's actually a questionnaire.
Are you frisky?
Our mayor sends it to you, and one of the top things is, are you frisky or gritty? If you said frisky,
I'm only using the word.
Yeah, the teams up north. Okay, well, there's the line. Halfway across the country, you split it in half. Anybody in the north is gritty, in the south is frisky. Okay. moving
enough.
forward. All right, here we go.
I'm just saying that using words that you said on this show. That they said it for.
All right, let's talk.
Moving on to the
All
upset
right,
of the
this
week.
was supposed. This was supposed to be the game of the week. This was, by all accounts, I had this circled. Actually, it was like maybe I could spend my birthday weekend there, go to Philly, watch the big game. Dallas has, until recently, has been underachieving, and they're overachieving now with the injuries and some of the other things and the bad coaching and the bad fan base that they have. They're actually winning some games, so they're going to go into Philly. There's a question, Hurts. We don't know if Hurts is going to be in, out after that. Can I get a? Did you guys see the hit he took?
No.
Neither.
I was in and out of football yesterday.
Okay.
It was sort of wimpy.
It wasn't. I was.
That's my guy.
I was going to ask you. It was
I
a
love
little bit.
No,
it was
I'm
a little
just
bit
messing.
of the
I'm
old.
just
He gave him the
messing.
old.
Yeah.
You know that referee says he's giving him the business. They came in and gave him the business a little bit, and they gave him the little extra. Rattled his gourd a little bit there. So
NFC East football.
he says he's going to be back, but that's to be determined by some fifth party doctor or somebody's going to come in and do some kind of assessment. Like. I don't know if they ask you questions but the thing about Jalen Hurts is he doesn't respond. You could talk to him without a concussion, and you don't know he's so stoic.
That's
so
my guy.
he's he looks like a walking concussion because he doesn't have a lot of emotion and a lot of like a flair. So it's hard to tell. But I think even with Kenny Two Gloves. And anybody who wants to say that the Philadelphia Eagles are the same even without Jalen Hurts, that he's a system quarterback. You saw the difference yesterday. It just doesn't move. We drove down the field, scored 2 touchdowns when Hurts was in there. Then when Pickett's in there, we only scored 1 more touchdown, and that was the one that Hurts basically left him on a doorstep for the 3rd touchdown. But even with that being said, I think Saquon could go off on this one, have a huge day. They'll be celebrating in Philadelphia. We're going to wrap up the number 2 seed. We're going to wrap up the NFC East. They're going to be partying in Philly. We're going to South Street. Philly wins this one big. And it wasn't even my turn. What do you think?
This was a good game until Jerry Jones existed and opened his damn mouth. Now want to sign Derrick Henry, idiot. Anyway, yeah.
Focus.
Obviously, the Jalen Hurts. We got to watch that. It's Monday again, so bake that in. Number one, the concussion protocol is going to be effective. Of course, we got until Sunday. I'm going to assume he's going to play on Sunday. And I think that's my guy. Look, I'm tortured. I hate the Eagles more.
Could you imagine?
I hate the Eagles more than any franchise in sports.
Okay.
But I love that quarterback.
Good. Me too.
So, Eagles win this game running away. You know what's funny though? Even with what do you call him? Kenny Two Gloves?
Yeah.
Or Kenny Small Hands? I don't know.
Yeah, people in Pittsburgh, I was texting my friend from Pittsburgh. I was like, you had to deal with this for 2 years? This is a nightmare.
He has Kyler Murray hands. I don't know. Anyway, give me the Eagles in this game, even with Pickett running away. They're the better team. Dallas is just, come on. What they did last night was a fluke, in my opinion. You're not going to see another Cooper Russell game like that again. Come on. Give me the Eagles in this game running away, even with Pickett or Pickett Signs, whatever his name is.
Yeah, honestly, I agree. I think Philadelphia, hometown, Christmas week.
Yeah.
Obviously, your fans are
pissed off right now.
Throwing batteries.
Pretty upset.
We are.
Obviously,
Santa going to be there?
There's
piss them off too.
With Dallas, there's clearly a lot of love. So I think there's blood going to be spilled, and Philadelphia comes out victorious.
All right. Can I go again on that one or no?
Yeah,
no.
Yes,
No.
you can.
Okay, let's go.
Here
we go. On to the next game. This is turning out to be a very important game.
Absolutely.
Atlanta at Washington. Atlanta +5, Sunday evening, 8:20 p.m.
So, look, impressive comeback by Washington, albeit the circumstances helped a lot, definitely. No, I agree with you. Jalen Hurts, again, proved his value
Listen,
to that
all
team.
circumstance. I think Washington did prove themselves and played a halfway decent game. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're not wrong with that. But I'm saying, we haven't seen a complete Washington game in quite a while now. Like last year's New Orleans, they started.
Well, remember the first 4 or 5 weeks, they were like, this is the second coming. And then they fell off.
And I feel bad saying this because, look, Washington is already well overachieved what we expected this year. Okay, 9 wins right now. If you told me they'd be 9-5, they'd take that in a heartbeat, like obviously. But this is a huge game because now also Atlanta's not number one in the NFC West. And, Penix is the quarterback. He looked okay yesterday. Not terrible. Better than Kirk Cousins the last 2 months, obviously. This is a huge game. This is probably my 3rd game of the week, actually, honestly.
Two teams. Sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Teams,
No, go ahead.
2 teams fighting for playoff spots.
Absolutely. Although Washington is pretty much closing in on that 7 now with that win yesterday. That's a huge win yesterday. I like Atlanta here in the spot. I really do. I have not seen a complete Washington game for a while, and that's concerning to me. It's really concerning. So I think Washington might still win the game, but 5 points, a lot of points against Atlanta team that's starting to feel themselves a little bit. Give me Falcons points.
Was Atlanta at home yesterday?
Yes, they were.
Okay.
And also,
Right.
that's what it
Penix
mattered.
first away game at Washington.
Ooh.
Okay. Once again, conditions. Okay. Cold, outside.
And again,
Washington wins this by 7+.
And again, they may win the game. I think
Real
they will
quick,
win the game.
bring up the standings again, the playoff standings if you can. I want
Yes,
to look
sir.
at something. So,
Yes, sir.
all right, Washington okay. So you have the Bucks and the Sea. Okay, so Washington's at 7. Go down a little bit.
Two games up.
So the Bucks and the Seahawks.
Two games
So
up.
the Bucks and the Seahawks both play prior to this game. There's a scenario, from what I understand, that if both of those teams lose, Washington isn't playing for anything. Go back up. They can't even. I don't even think they can move up in the seeding.
Yes, they could.
Okay, they could. They could avoid the Eagles and win that game. They're probably locked in the 7th seed, so you got to be careful that they.
But here's the thing, though, real quick. Why would you want to avoid the Eagles, though? If anything, there's an inherent advantage of being familiar with a team. I'm not saying Eagles are not better than Washington. I'm not saying that. But there's an advantage of having familiarity. The Commanders always play the Eagles well. Just saying. So I don't want to look at it that way. I think if you're a Commanders fan, you want to.
This is a big ask for Atlanta. No. A big ask for Atlanta to go into Washington and win this game. I would like to say it, but I like Washington to be able to pull this one off.
Yeah,
it's just too big of an ask.
And I think they will win, but to say they'll come at 5 points it's.
Yeah.
That I need to see a complete game again. I haven't seen that in over a month now.
All right, the last one.
We got
Monday, December 30th. Detroit at San.
10:50 already.
All right, we're ripping. Detroit at San Fran. Detroit minus 3.5. Go.
I mean, Detroit, that's a huge win yesterday, man. Even with all the match unit. I know Chicago and it's a divisional game, all that, but to win on the road against a divisional opponent like that with the match unit, you got to do. San Fran's done, bro. After that's like, they're done. They're completely done. Else.
Horrible.
Detroit.
I didn't think they were that bad. They're just bad.
Well, that's injuries. Match unit, too, also. Give me Detroit here to cover the game and preparation for the big Week 18 game next week against Minnesota.
3.5 points, even with Detroit being banged up. I mean, this is Detroit. Easily.
Yeah. I got Detroit winning this and setting the stage for the massive showdown next week with Detroit and Minnesota both playing for that division. It's going to be crazy wild. Okay, what do we got?
All right. So, getting ready for the big game.
That's the big
at the
game.
Paddock.
Is your team going to be there?
February 9th, 5 p.m., big game party at the Paddock. $45 buffet.
You got to get your seats early to this thing. These things sell out.
Yes,
they go quick.
Parties of 4 and over. It is recommended that you call and make reservations because this is going to be a packed house. We got obviously a huge buffet, over 140 HD TVs, your personal owned TV, beer bucket specials, drink specials, and once again, we're doing a football ticket giveaway to where we get you 2 tickets. I believe it's just 2, right? 2 tickets to any game.
Any game?
Anywhere. We're not taking care of the
no, but like
transportations.
physical tickets. So if I want, I could go to Philly.
Yep. Philly's playing Dallas.
And I go?
Yep.
Wow, I'm there.
Yep.
All right, I'm there for that.
So go to pbkennelclub.com. In the events tab, you'll see all the additional information for the big game party. But it's a hit. Make sure that you get your whole crew together, make it to the Paddock for February 9th for the big game party.
Yeah, the audio visuals over there are awesome, even the sound and everything. Because you go to some and you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What do we got?
We got
Alrighty.
Storm Siddums, I guess.
So, ready? Let's get fantasy going.
Go ahead, Ernest.
My Stardom this
what do
week,
you got?
Keep it easy. Obviously, look to attention to injuries, all that. But Stardom this week. Actually, I'm going to take Brock Purdy to start him, even though I have Detroit win the game. I think. Yeah, Detroit's defense is not that
You
great,
understand this is the last game for the playoffs.
Let him.
Okay,
I
let's go ahead.
I understand that, but Detroit defense, anything you can still score on them. So give me Brock Purdy to start this week.
Wow.
And my sit-him this week is Patty Mahomes on Wednesday against the Steelers on the road, for obvious reasons.
I'm starting Baker Mayfield.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it.
He's going to be an animal.
Where's that
I
beat button
promise
again?
You. Okay.
You're a beep.
And I'm
Jake,
sitting.
you.
And I'm sitting Brock Purdy. I think Purdy is hurdy, and he's done.
Yeah.
All right. With all the questions about Jalen Hurts' scrambled eggs in his brain, I'm going with Saquon. I think that either way, whether he's there, Jalen plays or not plays, I think they're going to lean on Saquon and just take it to Dallas this week.
Yeah.
And if you had to sit him, important game, cold weather, I'm taking a sit him of no other than Tua.
I actually agree with that.
Okay. Yeah, you agree
I
with
really
that?
do.
Okay.
Cleveland, great defense too, especially. Yeah.
Cleveland.
I was actually
That's
at a
good.
Hawaiian
That's a good
restaurant like that. They did these things, and my kid actually said at one point, she's like, "I wonder if Tua could get a job here when his career runs."
That is so mean.
It was
Leave
mean.
that man
That was
alone.
bad.
And then Jalen Hurts got concussed, so I think that had something to do with it, like karma.
By proxy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into last week's poll here. The question was defensive
Yeah.
rookie of the year.
He got smoked this week for a touchdown.
Quinion.
I think it
Is that-
changed.
Is that how you say
Yeah,
Quinion
Mitchell.
Yeah,
Quintanamo Bay.
he's
You
clearly
gotta write it
the
first time.
winner versus Jared Verse. Let's
He-
see if Mike did not send me the winner. But Mike's right now living the dreams in the mountains with his family. So Merry Christmas to you, Mike. I know you're listening. Thanks for all the love. Mike will be sure to let the winner know.
All right, but there is a winner, and they get a paddock buffet, right?
Correct.
Which is awesome.
Correct. And that'll take us into this week's poll question.
I love this question. Coming up.
I have one for next week.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Which team will fire their coach at the end of this season? We've got the Giants, the 49ers, the Panthers, the Browns, Patriots, Raiders.
We don't have time for
or
dissertation, Ernest.
Jags.
Wait, but it's right now. The only two right now on the board now
Yeah.
as realistic is the Jags and Giants.
Okay.
Jags. Peterson's done obviously. Dayball is a wild card. Everybody else is fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Good. Well, let the listeners decide. Let them.
You
pick.
got any predictions real quick?
Yeah, Giants coach.
Giants?
Yeah, as much as I like him to stay forever, he's getting canned.
So this is going to be put up on our Facebook page later today or possibly tomorrow. So make sure you get in the poll. Once again, we're giving away tickets to the Paddock Restaurant for the buffet. And I want to let everybody know real quick that Football Sundays will continue in the playoffs. We will not have the buffet, but we will have chicken wings and other specials there.
That's amazing.
So know that the Football Sundays will still continue in the paddock during the playoffs. Additional information will be provided to you soon, but remember, we got week 17 and 18. Get yourself to the paddock for a free buffet with $25 or more placed at the day of at PBKC with the Hard Rock Bet app. And I do real briefly want to talk about what else we got going on here at the paddock. And that is an amazing Rolling Stones cover.
Start me up and never stop.
Oh,
sorry.
A tribute to the Rolling
You
Stones.
make
Start
a
Me Up.
grown
is
man
gonna be
cry, Ernest.
That was good.
January 10th at the Paddock Restaurant. That's also going to be a what am I looking for here? Dinner and a show.
Hey,
It's a
you can't
dinner
beat
and a
that.
show.
Not dinner and movie,
You
dinner
get
and
a
show.
three-course meal and a ticket for under $100. Get to pbkennelclub.com. Go to the events section.
Yeah.
There you'll see where to buy tickets. We have a few left. It's an amazing show. I've heard these guys perform.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They got a full band. It's unreal. Seriously. These guys.
Can't
these,
always get
what you want.
but you try
Are you
sometimes.
a Stones fan?
Me?
Yeah.
Not a
Jagger.
huge fan, but
Neither
I
do I.
definitely appreciate their tunes.
I appreciate Mick Jagger at 80 years old, still touring like this and still
later in
crushing
80.
it.
He's
It's
an
amazing.
He's in 90.
And
Amazing.
last but not least, I know that Christmas
What
is
do
2 days away, so get to pbkennelclub.com.
Yeah, everybody's
and
in that boat.
purchase-
You all know. You have that one person
Come
you
on.
get a gift for.
There's
This is an easy
multiple
layup.
people.
Roll over there, get the tickets, go online, get it right now. Don't
Yep.
waste time.
Right now.
Right. And you can
Seriously.
print it out. It's like
Right now.
the shortcut. Like print it out, stick it in an envelope, you're good to go. Here we go.
Now it's time for our favorite part of the show. What do we call it?
Quick picks.
And what? No?
But make it quick.
All right, there we go.
Quick picks.
That's from Mike, man.
All right, here we go. Ernest.
Steelers in the upset.
Steelers. Sorry.
Yeah, I got the Steelers too. All right, this is quick.
Okay.
He's multitasking.
gonna
I'm going to go
yeah.
first. I got Baltimore
Yeah,
killing Houston.
beautiful.
Give me the Ravens to win.
Ravens.
Seattle. Yeah,
Chicago.
Seattle.
Seattle wins, yeah.
What? Yeah.
Nope. Chicago. I
No,
got
not
Chicago
happening.
upsetting it at home.
All right, go first.
Chargers at Patriots. I got the Patriots the points. Chargers win.
I got the Chargers.
I got the Chargers.
That's an easy one.
All right,
Easy.
Broncos at Bengals. I
Okay.
got the Bengals
Denver.
to win.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's going to put up 50.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm taking Denver.
Oh.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. We got Cardinals at Rams. Give me the Rams to win outright.
Yeah, I like the Rams. Arizona stinks.
Yeah.
All right.
Arizona's done. Rams.
Sunday football. Colts at Giants. What are we doing here? Hide your family, man.
Yeah.
Colts win this game running away. Gets next.
I got Colts. Giants
Colts.
have nothing.
Easy.
Yeah.
Let's
Easy.
go.
Easy.
All right, continue New York misery here. Got Jets at Bills. Give me the Bills to win this game.
Buffalo all day.
Yeah, handsome Josh Allen makes his return to the championship and the MVP status. I take
All right,
Buffalo.
We got unanimous game of the week here. Packers at Vikings. Give me the Vikings win this game right now, but keep eye on the injury report because of tonight's game.
I am taking Minnesota here. It's going to be a battle, but Minnesota comes out
Yeah,
victorious.
well, I'm talking about Green Bay going in and beating Minnesota.
I can see that. I can
Yep.
see that. All right, we got the Raiders at Saints. Why would you want to watch this game? Because you're torturing yourself. Give me the Saints. Come on.
I got the Saints.
Saints.
Saints. It's
All
easy.
right.
They're marching in.
NFC South showdown. Panthers at Bucks. Sneaky, frisky game of the week for me. Give me the Panthers on the points. Bucks win.
I'm watching the demise of Baker Mayfield real time. I'm going Carolina.
Let's go, Baker. Show them how it's done. Yeah.
More pooping football here. We got Titans at Jaguars. 10-6, 9-3, what the hell it is. Give me the Jags.
Tennessee. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the only 10 I see is the total
Finally.
points scored for both teams on this one. I'm going to go with Jacksonville.
You say that, and it might actually become reality. Dolphins at Browns. Give me the Browns on the points. Dolphins win. I don't know why.
Big game 2. It comes through in full effect. I take Cleveland.
The dogs come and rip apart the Dolphins. Yeah,
Get
it's
him on
a
the mic
brutal,
one
it's
time.
A brutal
one time.
All right, what should have been game of the week months ago, but because the Cowboys suck. Cowboys at Eagles. Eagles. I don't care who it is. Kenny Pickett, Kenny G, any other Kenny. Give me the Eagles win this game running away.
Yeah, I got Saquon going for 200 and putting himself on the cusp of the rushing title. I'm going Philly.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Easy.
All right, big one here. Sneaky game of the week here. Falcons at Commanders. Almost said Redskins. Upset of the week possibly. Give me the Falcons and Michael Penix.
Yeah, Atlanta doesn't have enough for this one as much as I like to wish it. I take Washington here.
I do think that Washington isn't done yet and will be victorious.
All right, and Monday Night Football, we got Lions at Niners. Give me the Lions in preparation for the big showdown next week against the Vikings.
Yeah, San Fran has nothing left in the tank. They're officially eliminated. I got Detroit.
49ers are done.
Yes, and that is this
Detroit.
week's Quick Picks.
That was
week
quick.
Number 17.
That's how it's done, Mike.
Way to go. Okay. What a show, guys.
Final thoughts?
That was a ton of fun.
Kenny?
I appreciate. We got some final thoughts here on the summary of this week here. I know there's going to be a lot of decent battles, but I also think there's going to be some sluggishness, seeing how we're all going to get.
Well, for me, this week, it's not a sexy schedule necessarily across the board, but positioning matters this week now. We're seeing
Buffalo
teams lock
game.
in. Buffalo's playing who again?
No, it's a sexy game.
Oh, well, for your reasons. I mean, it is what it is. But positioning matters here. Keep an eye on the standings, clinching scenarios for certain teams. So just keep an eye on that. There's some good, interesting games here, but there's a lot of bad football here, too, also. Like we mentioned 2 games earlier. So just look out for that. But otherwise, should be a decent week 17.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Oh,
you.
okay, I'll go. I think this is, it's a time of year, and it's been a while. You have Christmas, and you have New Year's, and then I have my birthday, and then you have playoff football, and it's for a lot of us, it's a great time of year. But don't forget your friends that don't have playoffs. That's all I'm saying. Don't forget those
I got
people.
NBA basketball
Invite them to your
today.
house.
Yeah.
Invite them in.
Or to the
say
paddock.
Cleveland Finn or the paddock. Come into the paddock and sit with people who are winners and teams that win, and you could be around that and feel that excitement for them. I know it's hard to do when your team's in the tank and dumpster fires in Cleveland and in New York and wherever it might be, but lean on the shoulders of the winning, your friends that have winning teams.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I have a lot of Chiefs friends.
Come on over, Ernest. We'll cheer for the Eagles. You'll be right there, right by
I
my
got a lot
side.
of friends
I
with Chiefs
couldn't
fans.
do it.
I'm good.
I couldn't do it. Sorry.
Go
No.
Bills.
Enjoy your misery. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to
Love you
all.
guys.
Happy holidays. Thank you all for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. Next week, we'll be back on Wednesday, 10 a.m. here at the Poker Room at PBKC.
Let's do it.
PBKC Picks live. Have a great Christmas.